Faith for me is a relationship with Jesus. It's not religion, it's not a set of rules, but it's a relationship. I never thought I would struggle with anxiety. I never thought that would be part of my story. But it was about 5 years ago when I realised and God revealed to me that this anxiety was eating me alive.
Hello, Ellie.
Hello, Alma.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here. My name is Elle Limebear.
So you come all the way down from the UK. When did you arrive in Belgium?
I think about an hour ago.
Okay, really?
So we are fresh here. Yes, we are straight out the plane. We got the first flight this morning, me and my team, and here we are at Art of Faith Festival. So we are so happy to be here.
I know it's not your first time in Belgium, right?
Yes, I was here maybe last year.
Yeah,
was
in
I?
the Madeleine in Brussels.
Yes, that's
I
right.
saw you there.
Yes.
That concert, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I want to ask you some questions. First of all, it will be an unexpected maybe, but I want to ask you, tell me something about Martin Smits. Who is he for you?
Yes, he is my father.
Yeah.
And he was here, I think, at last year's Art of Faith Festival.
Exactly.
So he passed the baton on. And this year, I'm going to be singing too. So yes, he is not here this year, but I've got my brothers with me and two other friends. So yeah.
Yeah, I especially ask you, I know he's your father because exactly one of our other volunteers, he had an interview with him last year here on the festival. And this volunteer, he didn't know he was your father, and he started talking about Elle Limebear, and so your father was surprised. And then he said, oh yes, she's a great singer. She's one of my favorite singers. She has a great heart, and she has a mighty voice. And then he said, and I happen to be her father.
That's so good.
And so I thought that's really funny. And then he said, I hope she will be here next year at the Art of Faith Festival. And there you are.
Here we are.
Isn't that
Love
wonderful?
that. That's so cool. Love that.
You learned music from him because he's also quite good in singing and well known. So
Yeah, I guess I grew up in the church. So I grew up going to church every Sunday and being part of, the worship team from when I was around maybe 15. And so I feel like I learned a lot from being a kid, traveling with my father and his band, and getting to experience the power of God in so many different environments. And definitely, was a sponge in that sense that I took so much in as a kid, but never thought I would actually do music. I never thought I would, sing and write songs. So here we are, and I love to sing. I love to lead worship. I love writing songs, but I've learned so much from him and all that he's done, all the songs that he's written, have made an impact on my life for sure. I love music. I love going to different gigs, and I think I, over the years, have just developed my own sound and my writing style and what I want to speak about, what I want to sing about. And so I feel like both my parents have been so releasing in running the race that God's set out for me, and to not do this or that, but like stay in your lane. And I think finding my identity, I guess, is just making the music that I like, comes from the heart, and that I want to make, that I want to, shout from the rooftops about.
Is everyone a bit warmer now?
Faith for me is a relationship with Jesus. It's not religion, it's not a set of rules, but it's a relationship with Jesus. And I gave my life to Jesus when I was 7, and so I've had faith and belief and walked his way all since then. So faith to me is so important. It's the core of who I am.
Yeah, so you said you started singing in church. Was it you had a touch of God at a real young age, or was it just I'm doing it because my family brought me here, or
Yeah, I mean, I was 7 years old when I gave my life to Jesus, which
oh,
seems very young, doesn't
wonderful.
it? So young, but I remember it so clearly, um, in my room. And again, I didn't think I'd do music. I didn't think that's what I'd be doing. But I think surrounded by music and surrounded by people from the church, seeing things in you that maybe you don't even see yourself. I think that's something so beautiful about the church, is that you're surrounded with all sorts of ages. So it's been interesting that God's led me into this, because I was so fearful of it for so long. But now I love it. I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But it's so important to have people around you who are going to cheer you on, and likewise for me to cheer other people on, in whatever that looks like, not just music, but in all spheres of life, just to, continue to encourage one another and champion one another. It's so important.
So calm down, spirit when you move, you make my heart pound. When you feel the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will feel me. Calm down, spirit when you move, you make my heart pound. When you feel the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will feel me. Holy Spirit, would you fill this field? Presence of God.
I understand that you made a song for a film, and after that film,
Yes.
and How Great Is Your Love, I think, Your Great Love, is the
Yes.
song.
Yes.
Yeah, so how did it happen? Because it was like two great names, Max Corrin, Joshua Silverberg, right?
Yes, yes.
You worked with them, and it went really quickly. Like you wrote it Tuesday, and Wednesday it was recorded, and then a mixed Thursday, and Friday it got out like
Yes.
that. It is miraculous, right?
It was so, it was really cool, actually. Like the whole process of it was so quick. So we wrote it, recorded it, and it was out so soon. But it's such an amazing film. I only watched it after we wrote the song. But I don't know if it's I think it's coming to Europe soon. I don't know if it's here. It was in cinemas, in theatres all over America, and that's where I was. And it is really, really marvellous and mind-blowing, honestly. Talks all about life after death and people's stories and testimonies. And so I'm excited for it to come to Europe, and we can
Is
watch
it also Christian inspired? Or,
Yes, yes,
So
Yes.
to prepare people.
Yes.
There is some place your soul goes until eternity.
Yeah.
Better to prepare. It's such kind of theme,
Yeah.
maybe in this film also.
Totally.
Your great love, the love of God.
Yeah.
And a book also.
Yes.
You wrote Say Goodbye to Anxiety. Yeah.
Yes.
Like I noted, 40-day devotionals journal that will help you find your real, lasting freedom from anxiety, to
yes.
free you from that. Did you have struggles with that sometimes in your life? Of how did you get to, this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to write a book about anxiety. How did it happen?
Yes. I never thought I would struggle with anxiety. I never thought that would be part of my story. But it was about 5 years ago when I realized, and God revealed to me, that this anxiety was eating me alive. It was stopping me from doing so much. It was blurring my vision of the future. It was holding me back. It was keeping me indoors. It was stopping me, just really, pushed back my confidence massively. And I was like, I'm not free. I basically realized I'm not free. I'm not living in freedom. I'm not living in the life that Jesus died for me. Like I'm living just like a smaller life, not this grand, full life that Jesus has promised us, and that's for each of us, that he died for us all to be free. And so, it's been a journey of letting go, of surrender, of claiming truth, claiming the realness of who Jesus is, and knowing that there is freedom. And so it's been a journey over the years of him renewing my mind, of practical things putting in place, and with my community, with good friends and family, just letting them in on the journey. But I never thought I'd write a book, but here we are.
Was je bemoedigd door ons programma en wil je ons steunen? Dan kan dat via upmedia.be/steun ons of via deze Payconic QR-code.